have something to admit. I have been playing the Overwatch 2 alpha. I have not been able to tell anybody about it because I've been under NDA, but they've finally released the Krakens. They finally let us out, and content creators can finally share what they've been experiencing in the alpha. I'm probably going to have multiple videos. There's a lot of content that I want to cover, and it's just too much and too many different things that I want to talk about to put into one video. So I'm just going to make a bunch of videos. So if you like that kind of stuff, you want to see more of that stuff, please subscribe. Today I'm going to start out with maps.
Arriving at Collesseo.
While all of the new maps are beautiful, Collesseo has so many amazing details that bring it together. The beautiful architecture, music, and overall theme of this map make it stand out. One of my favorite details, and possibly my favorite part of the map, is the sounds. For example, you can hear the crowd cheering and the sounds of gates opening whenever you're nearby the Colosseum. You can hear the sounds of the city whenever you're next to the open environment. There's also music sprinkled throughout the map that brings me back into the environment every time I hear it. I did comb this map for possible lore or new hero details, and unfortunately didn't find much besides the gladiators. Which, let's be honest, a gladiator hero would be sick. These are the two gladiators that are featured throughout the map. It's suggested that they are the ones currently in the Colosseum, as there's a scoreboard inside one of the buildings. There's also a small memorial building that features other gladiators, which I'm assuming are from years past and possibly no longer alive. I also want to take a moment to highlight some cute little areas I found throughout the map, because you don't always see this stuff while you're playing, and a lot of people, let's be realistic, are not going to comb through the map like I did.
Traveling to New Queen Street.
Despite New Queen Street taking place in a city, it does have this cozy vibe to it. The city is covered in snow and bright red maple trees that make it feel warm and bright. There are also so many small shops, buildings, and alleyways that are accessible as playable areas. Personally, my favorite place in the map is the Egg House. I mean, look at how cute this place is. If it isn't already a thing in real life, I'm gonna need somebody to make it a thing. I know I mentioned the music in Collesseo, but there is music in all of the maps that suit their theme. In this map, you'll hear different types of music when you're nearby some of the shops or clubs. Again, I searched around to try and find any possible Easter eggs or lore details that could show us any potential new heroes. The main thing that stood out to me were these ads for this prosthetic company that can be found on just about every corner of the map. It feels very purposeful. This could be an indication of a new hero that possibly uses these type of prosthetic legs, and could be an attempt from the team to add some inclusivity. Or it could just be that this is the company Sojourn used to enhance herself, which would make sense considering she is Canadian and this is the Canadian map. Another ad that is seen scattered everywhere is an ad for Tom's Coffee Shop, which is actually an area you can visit in the map. Something else I noticed were these graffiti areas that say things like Mandata lives and we are all within the iris. Now initially, I thought this just means that there are people in Canada that support Mandata's mission. However, after a little digging, I found that there has been speculation that Mandata is alive in Overwatch 2. Maybe we'll see him in the near future. Also, in the distant scenery, you can see an office building for Hyde Global, which ties back to Roadhog and Junkrat, as in their lore, they were duped by someone running Hyde Global in Sydney, Australia, and they ended up blowing up the entire block of offices, killing him inside.
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
Circuit Royale is such a gorgeous map. It's decorated with elegant statues, ritzy stores and restaurants, and high-end cars and hotels, immersing you into the rich and classy lifestyle. The attacking spawn room takes place in a casino, presumably the casino ran by Maximilian, the Talon Omnic introduced to us during the Archives event that leads the team to Doomfist. This area alone has so much detail, but I was obsessing over how good the drinks looked. I love the little drinks on these tables. Like, I want one so bad. The second point takes us out onto the track where you'll see shops and billboards and a road that leads up to the car garage, which is also the first defending spawn room. The last point is an extravagant hotel adorned with waterfalls and statues, giving it that expensive feel. Walking outside, you'll notice a large pool area complete with a floaty, poolside bar, and outdoor chairs with champagne bottles next to them.
May I take your order?
There's a lot to look at in this map, which means a lot of opportunity for lore or hero teasers. The first and probably most obvious thing that stood out to me were the names of the racers. I searched every name to try and see if they are mentioned in the lore. Marie stood out to me immediately because it is slightly hidden, but the only thing I found when searching that name was that there was a test subject in the Horizon lunar colony named Marie. I'm not really sure how that would be connected considering that test subject is apparently still at the lunar colony, but I do think it would be funny to have a genetically modified animal driving a race car. There is another name that is mentioned throughout the map, however, Etoile? I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. You can see her name on just about every corner of the map on signs, ads, and shopping bags. You can even visit her store. I'm not sure that these are hints at a new hero, but League did recently come out with a sort of ritzy girl boss champion, who I immediately thought of when I noticed this name everywhere. So I could definitely see Overwatch getting their own similar character. And then there's obviously the fact that this map is heavily linked to Maximilian, who is already speculated to become a hero in Overwatch 2.
Now entering Midtown.
Midtown is one of my favorites of the new maps, mainly because the layout is so fun to play on. Taking place in New York, it captures the essence of a bigger city with the apartments, shops, fire station, subway, and even construction. The objective you are trying to capture takes place at the fire station, where you're able to actually walk through and can even hear alerts coming through the radio. After capturing the objective, you guide the payload through the streets of New York, eventually making it to the train station. This is my favorite area in the map. The layout of the station is really nice for gameplay, but it's also just a beautiful area. Walking through, you can see kiosks, posters of different destinations, which are all maps in the game or will be in the game, and even a sign telling you to wear a mask. Nothing found in the train station really gave me any information that we don't already know about. However, just outside of the pizzeria spawn room, there are remnants of some posters that may have once been there. If you look closely, it looks like it could possibly be a mecha, specifically Demon, as you can see red, green, and yellow colors, which are colors seen in her mech. This definitely feels like an Easter egg. It could also be hopium for me, but I'm fully convinced it's Demon. And that's it for the new maps. I would love to hear what you guys think about each, what's your favorite, and any other general comments about them. As for the old maps, they all seem to have gotten a new time of day lighting. The only map that has new added details that I recall was Dorado. Dorado now has cars lining the streets and a few more decorations in the square. For the other maps, the previous night maps now take place in the daytime, and the daytime maps now take place at night or have different daytime lighting. Overall, I think the team did a fantastic job with these maps. I didn't really have any expectations going into it, and I've been very cautiously optimistic when it comes to Overwatch 2. But these maps honestly blew me away. I'm really excited for the future of Overwatch 2 and can't wait to see what else is to come. Thank you guys so much for watching.